your favorite cosmetic. We'll see though.
I don't think we'll see that. Miracle's a good guy. He's not gonna play fucking Kid Invoker.
All right, we'll see. Please pick it. Please, God damn it! He got the worst cosmetic. What is this?
He has the opposite of Kid Invoker. He's like, how can I make this hero as tall as possible? Oh, I can equip this item that makes him... This is the male version of stilettos right there.
Wow. It feels like he's compensating, right?
He really is.
I look down on
Invoker
this
just seem like a hero that's compensating to you in general.
That's true. He's very braggadocious and confident in life. Definitely a... I mean, I'd say he's probably a psychopath.
Like, I know everything better than you. I am the biggest genius ever. And when the game starts out, he can barely fucking make a spell. Like,
he learns over time. He's a quick learner. In the meantime, though, Disruptor is riding a very cool mount. Is that a what's it called? Wow. What is that dinosaur called? It's the Thunderhide pack, essentially. But
Stegosaurus.
Yes, No, not... Is it Stegosaurus? Yeah, maybe it is.
I don't know.
It's like a baby.
Looks like a
Stegosaurus.
combination between a Stegosaurus and a tadpole.
Oh, look at Razor. He has Eye of Scotty on his belly.
Oh.
So now he has to buy Eye of Scotty now.
He actually has 7 eyes.
That's true. That does have 6 eyeball areas. Strange.
Eyeball areas.
Yeah, there's areas within the helmet. The helm, if you will.
Wait, isn't there light coming out of the side as well? Does he have 6 eyes on each side of his head?
Oh boy, we're gonna have to investigate.
25 eyes. That's a fucking spider right there.
Yeah,
that is incredible.
Oh,
well, it's hard to see. Does he
maybe
actually have
flipping.
4 sides on the helm even?
I don't know. And this, of course, the greatest cosmetic of all time, worth a lot of money now. Valve, please bring it back. I don't know. That's a great question that we'll have to answer another time. Sunstrike is down. All right, let's look at Razor. Oh, you're right. He does have... It's actually more. There's 8. No, how many is that? That's 6 additional, right?
He has 12 additional.
12 in the back and 6 in the front?
So 19 eyes on Razor right now. Because of the Eye of Scotty.
The Eye of Scott. Wait, the Eye of Scotty is disappeared.
It disappeared. Okay. Well, that's the main thing with items in Dota, guys. You pay for the loadout, not for the gameplay, right? So we're fine.
He might have unequipped it after that. It's possible.
You can't do that, I think. Can you?
Well, okay. I know for a fact that if you die after you've equipped something, it will refresh to your new cosmetics. I know that for sure. Yes. Tried this last
I don't know. I haven't died yet with cosmetics on.
Yeah,
so.
I guess that makes sense. I'm not surprised.
Okay.
Headdress on Kuroki. 2 HP regeneration in a 1200 radius with 3 attributes.
And then he has the Divine Favor. So this means Ursa's base HP regen right now is 8.6 next to Chen.
Incredible.
Out of which Chen contributes 4.5.
Wow.
By just being there. That's half a tango non-stop.
I can't believe
Kuro getting information.
Oh, Dust onto Mind Control. They're going to get the Ink Swell as well as the Static Link. Mind Control is going to take a lot of damage. He should be good to go, though. And the rune will go to Singularity. There's only 3 taken? Am I crazy? Oh, there's still 1 at top. Interesting. Oh, that's because Kuroki's getting chased. Hesta Joe and company. Goodness me, oh my. I believe 3 out of the 4 bounties.
Orb of Venom gives your hero 300 attack range? It's a really good item.
What are you trying to say, Synderen?
Did you see the last hit there?
Yeah, but he was in range for the amount of time that it takes to... I mean, if they didn't have that in the game, melee heroes would actually just be horrible.
I know it's not a bug. It just looks super weird when you get hit from like 400 range away because of Orb of Venom.
It happens. It's life. It's Dota. So it's going to be Excalibur
in comparison
versus
to
Miracle
last
mid.
game, I think this top lane is worth talking about because last game it was the same lane from Singularity, but Nigma had Avenge instead of the Chen. And I think the trade-off or the change-up from Kuro makes this lane so much better. The thing is, Ursa will just be able to sustain through the Thunderstrikes and the harassment from Legion Commander. Because Kuro, if he's there, giving all this passive regen, and if he gets any decently good creep when he's level 2, I think Ursa will just farm and maybe even be able to get kills on Legion later if they get the right.
So did they picked a lineup that would ensure Weeha does not feed in the early game?
That's that's a kind of negative way of looking at it, but I suppose.
Inkswell, GH. Oh, Courier. Not going to be in range, GH. Great job microing that bad boy. Going to take some additional right clicks is the Grimstroke. We continue to take these Thunder Strikes. The question is, how often can Kuroki just stand by his side? He needs to go ganking at some point. I mean, would you play this differently as a result of these changes with the headdress and whatnot? Would you actually just stay in lane a little bit longer than normal?
On the Chen?
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of has to wait for level 2, right? He can't. His hero doesn't really do anything. He's just there, and now he's more than just there. I think you try to get either an Ogre Mage or a maybe the Mana Regen Aura and Heal Creep would be really good in this lane today. That's a lot of damage, but he is staying alive.
Strike, bottom lane into the Telekinesis. Inkswell will stun, but Zidrak's taking a huge amount of damage, and that is going to be a death for our Razor today. Grimstroke trading some harassment with GH in the meantime.
Mind
Pretty
Control
surprising kill.
is going to hit level 3 here, and that's a really big turning point for Sand King. The Sandstorm gets so much better. More than double the damage, 5 seconds or 6 seconds shorter cooldown. He will reliably be able to just CS here as much as he wants, as long as they have sentries to break enemy sentries or that he can get out of dusts. He will be just fine.
What do you buy on Razors these days? I mean, I know a lot of people have been spamming this hero because I know there's been some complaints of him being maybe a little bit too good. As we might see some action mid. Excalibur pretty deep. Do you build him any differently than before, or is it essentially the same thing?
I think more or less the same. Probably.
Excalibur taking a lot of harassment damage from Miracle. Will be mangoing up as well. Top lane in the meantime, Kuroki taking some Thunder Strike damage as well. Weehaw trying to keep his captain out of harm's way. But looking at the CS department, 13-0 for Ursa. Better than last game. I believe he died twice at this point of the game. GH on the high ground here is going to be trading again with the Grimstroke. Of course, he does have the level advantage for now. And Sand King's going to come in. Mind Control does have Burrow Strike. Very low range at level 1. Will get it off, and that is going to be another kill for Team Nigma in this bottom lane.
So both side lanes are being won by the offlaners, basically. Sand King is slightly ahead of Razor, and Legion Commander is a lot ahead of Ursa. So the side lane win here, I would say, largely bigger for Singularity. Also considering that the Chen is being bullied back to base here again by Aine. He's playing very aggressively. And another Thunder Strike goes out on Weehaw. He has to spend quite a lot of gold on resources, and that's why his gold looks this bad. He has to buy extra regen.
Oh dear.
Oh, never mind. We're back bottom. Singularity just turned that lane around with that kill.
Indeed.
So, have some good net worths on the board.
Weehaw taking more spells to the face. Thunder Strike. Oh, Kinetic Field is there, and this looks to be a kill for Singularity. And Kuroki just a little bit late, and won't be able to do a whole lot in terms of damage to the enemy.
He skilled Penitence over Holy Persuasion level 2. Maybe because his camp was being body blocked all the time by Disruptor, and he didn't really feel like he could find anything useful. Now he's going to finally find a Kobold Foreman to get some of that move speed. If he would have checked a little bit further to the right, I think he would be very happy to see the Ogre Frost Mage and grab that one, because that is very good in this lane against.
Are you saying you don't like Kobold?
Right clicks.
This guy's awesome.
He is awesome, but I don't know how good he is for this lane right now.
How dare you talk trash about Kobold, my boy. Top lane, Weehaw. Kinetic Field, Thunderstrike as well. Hesta Jove presses the attack, but not able to actually secure a
could
kill.
have manned up there.
Think so?
It's a tough call to make, though.
It is Ursa.
Weehaw was like a quarter health, but there were 7 stacks of Fury Swipes on the Legion, so...
I mean, what level of Fury Swipes is this? It's level 1
It's
only
level
right
1.
now.
He's
That's
maxing Earthshock again. But this
Well,
time he
did,
got a point in Overpower, and I think
Didn't he
that
press
makes a
the
very
attack
big
it off,
difference.
though? Pretty sure he pressed the attack it off
Which one?
at that point. The Fury Swipes.
They're undispellable.
Are they? Oh.
Yeah.
When was that changed? A year ago?
I don't remember them ever being dispellable, but they might be.
What? Really?
So what he pressed off there, he pressed off Earthshock and he pressed off Penitence at once. They were both dispellable. So
I see.
he reset them.
Miracle and Excalibur, in terms of XP, relatively even, and CS as well, actually. Miracle does have more denies, but what do you think of the Invoker TA matchup, just generally speaking? Is we're going to have Sand King taking some damage here. That looks to be an easy kill, actually, for Singularity.
I think TA is expected to do a bit better than this. I don't think it's a stomp. In the past, at some points, it was kind of one-sided. But I'm pretty sure that TA is supposed to be ahead by more than like 50 or 100 gold minute 7. Mainly from just being a better hero at denying. I'm very surprised Miracle's been able to get more denies in the lane. Exort Invoker does a lot of damage though, and not exactly an expert on this matchup anymore. And you know, every new patch things change, so perhaps this isn't as TA favorite as it used to be. But I still stand by. I don't think it's a draw. I'm pretty sure it's not a draw.
Oh, Miracle getting initiated on. Glimpses there. Sunstrike will take out the Disruptor first, though. Oh, man. But Excalibur still won't be too sad about this because he is now level 8. And I feel like he's definitely won this lane now. Maybe not by a huge margin, but has won it nonetheless.
Even though there is a trade-off there and Disruptor dies, I still think just the fact that they killed Invoker in his tower and forced a TP in from GH makes that a very nice move overall. Oh, unfortunate they got Iron Talon. Oh, now they got another one.
That one's fine.
That's a better one.
What are the 3 worst tier 1s? Iron Talon is by far the worst. And then what?
Yeah, I would say so.
What do you not want to... I mean, I guess it's just that's the drop-off, really.
I don't know if Royal Jelly is that good.
Like, it's great. What are you talking about?
It's a bit hard to say how good it is.
Jesus.
I mean, yeah, if you love jelly...
what do you mean if you like? Who doesn't like jelly? Psychopaths, that's who. Top or bottom lane, I should say. Telekinesis onto the Razor, into the Burrow Strike, and the Sunstrike. Nope, wasn't enough to finish him off, but Mind Control still ends up getting the kill nonetheless. Hesta Joe, in the meantime, the dual target, first of the game. It's going to be close, but they will get the dual victory for him. 10 damage in tow now. So good TP support, but...
opens up top.
That's true. Yeah,
I think Razor has to go top now. When you TP across the map with Legion like this, Legion is stuck, and Razor will more than likely be TPing top straight away. He needs to be careful though. This matchup, at this point when Ursa's level 7, you're not necessarily just able to go and link. Oh, Weehaw with a little bit of failed jump. Okay, he's going to turn around now. Let's see. Not overextending this time though.
This Harpy was changed, right? It was nerfed a bit, I believe. The mana capacity is a lot lower now, but it has a lot of mana regen, I believe. Disruptor taken out. Hesta Joe on the run. Burrow Strike in about 5 seconds. Tornado very short.
That was a very measly tornado.
Yes, that was...
Okay.
Okay.
GH, you want to miss a spell too? He couldn't. He didn't have the option of missing a spell. So
yeah, only level 2 Burrow Strike. That's hard to catch up to.
Yeah, I think either there are 2 chances there, right, for Sand King. Either he walks through the tree line and gets vision, and then there's a chance that there's a turnaround play, and he can't even reach, or he just hopes that the hero ran in the tree line and that the stun connects. So that looks worse than it actually was. It's fine.
Looks to be a trade of outposts, which has been the relative norm in this qualifier so far. I've been a little bit surprised that teams haven't been trying to get a little bit greedier at this point in the game with those, to try to maybe get like a smoke gank going on the side of the map that you perhaps haven't really taken control of yet. I'm guessing you have not been surprised by the, I guess you can call it more passive strat.
I think it's hard to get both of the first outposts.
It is hard, yes.
It is possible with the right coordination, especially if you're facing a type of lineup that isn't strong at protecting the zones right now. Like if they have a really greedy hero, like Alchemist or whatever. But it's hard to make the right hero split. You need a lot of information, right? Because let's say you split 2 and 3, and the enemy team has like 4 on one shrine. Whichever of your 2 or 3 man squads goes there dies and loses. So,
oh dear, the duel comes out. It's not going to be a successful one, but Weehaw is surrounded by enemies, and Disruptor was the target of choice, but he's not going to be able to find it, so it will cause his death. A little bit weird to see him on that side of the map, but I'm sure he had his reasons.
Instant smoke. And Mind Control also died before this to, I believe, the Razor.
Ooh, another glimpse into the kinetic field. Such a strong combination. And GH did steal Refraction, but will only delay the inevitable, as the tier 1 tower looks to be taken out as well. As Razor actually gets killed at the top lane.
He went for the Chen, but got punished by Sanking. Overall, this last minute is still really good for Singularity. They're going to get the mid tower here. Okay, they're going to let it get denied.
Now Hestejo gets initiated on, but kinetic field will keep Weehaw at arm's length. Farther than arm's length, in fact. Looks like Ern was picked up by the Grimstroke. DD is available in the bot lane. I have a random thought that I was wanting to run by you. You know, the more we watch this patch, the more we play this patch. I don't know how you feel. I always feel like I have these thoughts that come into my head, like, oh, what if they put this in instead? Like, what if they rebalance this or whatever the case may be? I don't know if you've had this issue when playing. I tend to get a little bit annoyed that I kind of forget to buy TPs sometimes. And because you used to be able to, I don't know, something feels different in the TP department. I would love for TPs to be available at the outpost if you control it. What do you think? Just say you like it.
I think it should have a canteen.
A what?
Yeah,
Canteen.
it should be a canteen at the outpost. And you can go and buy like a burger.
Oh, like a fat burger or a
Sure.
true burger? What kind of burger? It really depends. You
Burger
think
with
about
a
that as
TP
a tier
scroll.
1.
Burger with a TP menu. $5.
Man, a Dota themed restaurant. That actually sounds incredible.
That sounds like that would work in very few countries.
I mean, that's probably true. If you did that in the US, nobody would know what the hell you're talking about. But that does sound cool nonetheless. All right, Mind Control with the Blink Dagger. And they have smoked up. Of course, has the Buckler as well. Rubik
DNZ.
with the Trusty Shovel. They're going to run
He already
into
dug up one bounty.
the Grimstroke.
Oh,
They
that's a
placed
good
the
ward. That's a good
definitely-
ward.
That's a good
Sorry,
boy.
we got a dog recently.
I hear the Sand
Epi?
King ult proccing into the Legion
Boom.
Commander, and Weehaw with the Sunstrike as well. Able to take him out with those Fury swipes. Now we're going to have the Grimstroke ult come into play now as the TP comes in from Zitrak, so they're going to be able to clean up the Rubik and the Chen. So despite losing the Legion Commander, able to take out both supports in quick succession. As they are pinging the living daylights out of this mini-map right now. Looks like they just want to take out
Koro's
these
losing
creeps.
all his creeps in the tree line as well.
At least he expended all his mana.
Nice soulbind. Set that up very easily. And I think the start of that move from Nigma was really good when they got their first kill. And they got Hestejo. I think you just retreat and try to push the tower with Chen's creeps instead of staying between the towers. That might have been a little bit too greedy. And now it's actually going to cost them. This will be a really big playing or a talking point for this game for both teams is they can both kill Roche. One team has TA and the other one has Ursa. So you need to deal with this area very well. Nice glimpse. Sends GH all the way packing, and that should be Roche.
Legion is pretty low. Mind Control comes in with the Burrow Strike, but Zitrax here to help his teammate out. Hestejo did fall. Roshan is very low. It's a 2-for-1 exchange. Excalibur does get the Aegis as well as the Roshan kill. Weehaw going to apply all his pressure to Excalibur now, so this looks to be a consumed Aegis here very shortly, but Zitrax has something to say about that. Plasma field goes up, but he dies shortly after. Aegis does get consumed. Double buyback from Singularity. And Team Nigma only losing the Sand King right now. So despite losing Roshan, win this fight quite heavily.
Yeah.
Very nicely
I
done.
think that's... Honestly, that was pretty fine for Nigma, I think. Forcing... It was... One of the buybacks was Razor, and he kind of came into the fight too late, so... Probably marginal win for them, even though they lose the Roche. The biggest thing there, if Singularity could have maintained Aegis and got that trade-off, I would have been pretty happy if I'm them. But losing the Aegis immediately just means you didn't really gain any advantage for the coming 5 minutes. The Aegis could have been super useful in getting maybe mid-tier 2 tower or top tier 2. Double damage. Probably goes to Miracle. And okay, that's bad.
Oh boy, Burrow
That's
Strike
real
into
bad.
the Epi. And TA does get press the attack, but she is donezo. Looks like an item actually dropped, a dragon scale. And I believe, yeah, it was stolen by Team Nigma.
Oh, it was found by... He nuked the camp and killed the creeps, and then it got...
That always feels bad when you're at a wide range, you take out the creeps, and down you go.
Do you think that's good, the way it works? That you can just randomly have a fight next to a neutral camp, and whoever coincidentally kills the camp with spells, then it can just get stolen and ruin the item?
That makes it fun, Cinderin. Of course.
Okay.
Stealing is the most fun you can ever have. Use that advice at home, guys. Actually, I do have a question, though. You know how the items will not drop if a hero is not nearby? Like, what if, like, Invoker sunstrikes a creep, and an enemy is near the camp? And does the item drop?
I guess it does.
Are you sure?
No. That's why I say I guess. If I was sure, I would say yes.
That's a... I mean, I guess that's true.
There you go. There's some more language for you. We've been doing great today on that.
Thank you. I really appreciate the lessons here today, my friend. Disruptor. Mind control. All right. Burrow strike into the Sunstrike, and that's an easy one.
Pop.
You know, I'm actually really disappointed in you that you don't like my TP scroll idea. Don't you miss TP scroll side shop? Like, is it just me?
Well, everybody has a courier, so...
Yeah, still.
You know, it's already pretty easy to get TPs out to yourself if you really want them.
The couriers are pretty freaking slow, Cinderin. Come on.
All right, listen. Everybody gets a courier, and now you're complaining about your courier, too. Come on, man.
Just put a
what do you
TP
want?
scroll. That's not a big deal.
I think you should
Quality
be able
of
to
life.
buy everything everywhere on the map, because the courier is slow.
Well, I am of the opinion that the secret shop is a little outdated, personally, but that's a whole nother conversation entirely. Looks like Kuroki and company have smoked
I wouldn't
up.
be mad at it if you could get TPs in the outpost.
Of course you wouldn't.
It's okay.
How about we add 80 items instead of 60? Would that
I don't think it's
62?
great, though. I don't think it's like, hell yeah, Sunsfane, let's do it. You know.
The quality of
like,
life is the
okay.
new Dota. Please, I'm begging you. For all us scrubs out there that don't want to buy TP scrolls at base anymore. The courier used to just... The donkeys need to have a rest sometime, Cinderin. Weeha looks like he's going to be taking out this tier 2 tower with 0 defense from Singularity. Hesta Joe, are you surprised at all that Hesta Joe hasn't gone for Blink yet? He's going straight for Pipe right now.
I actually don't know how
initiation.
good Pipe is this game. There's clearly a lot of stuff that it's good against, right? Invoker has a lot of magic damage, so does Sanking, so does Rubik. But I don't know if it solves the inherent problem of can they get on top of the heroes and kill them. I think maybe both Blade Mail and Dagger would have been nicer just so they can start a fight and take it on their terms. Because they will run into this problem where it takes maybe too long for the Radiant lineup to ramp up damage, right? TA has Burst, which is nice, but Razor, it takes time. He's the static link to be running on a target to build up the damage. In the meantime, they're playing into Hand of God and Mech. You kind of need to be able to kill heroes quickly, or you lose on the regen, I feel. Just to sustain. I don't know if the Pipe is going to get the job done. Overall, his game is also very weak right now. He's level 9 compared to Mind Control's 13.5 on the other side.
But,
so.
Cinderin, at level 10, guess what he can get?
Yeah, he can
Just
get an
take
XP
a
tone.
wild, very good guess. Thank you.
Thank you. That was not a guess.
20 minutes. Oh, actually, Team Nigma will get
Double
both
outpost.
outposts.
Oh boy, that's big.
That is big. Hesta Joe could really have used that level 10. Oh. Unfortunate for him. He's kind of just meandering around his jungle.
And even better, he could have been level 10 and then got an outpost.
That's the dream right there. Boy, oh boy. I'm sure he'll find his way back. Disruptor able to get the glimpse. Here's the duel, and Kuroki will be... Oh, it's very close. Damage does
Are they going to run down more? Glimpse in 10. He has Force Staff. No, not the case.
Well, let's see how Weeha fares this game. Did go the Mana Talent again, but he will not have the Essence. Well, we'll see, actually. Maybe it'll drop for him again. That did seem to help quite a bit in terms of his just spamming Earthshock over and over.
Notice, by the way, that... Did you mention that Miracle rushed Ags?
Sure didn't, but Mind Control gets off the Epicenter into the Sunstrike Excalibur at half HP. Getting very low. Pops the BKB finally. Will apply all his pressure to Mind Control, who gets healed up by Kuroki. Looks like they'll finally pick up that kill. GH looks to be dead as well. So 2 for nothing to start this fight. Weehaw getting dueled, and he might get the damage out of this. It's going to be close. Nope. Able to kite him as usual. 3 for nothing now, as Singularity win that fight pretty damn big. And Invoker, yeah, with the Aghanim Scepter. So you get the Cataclysm now.
Yeah, you get Cataclysm, and it's cool with like a 2 or 3 man sinking stun. But right now, I don't know if this is the item you want to buy. So for those unfamiliar with the new Invoker, you get lower cooldown on Invoke every time you level up an orb. And the maximum decrease in cooldown you can have is up to 0.7 before Octarine. So you can have 0.7 second cooldown on Invoker or Invoke by having all your orbs maxed out. And all Ags does is make your Sunstrike into Cataclysm, so the old talent on level 20. Now,
wait, does it give you the choice,
amazing.
Or does it become Cataclysm? I guess you get the choice still, right?
You get the choice, yeah. I mean, Cataclysm is amazing. I'm not going to deny it's an incredible spell. I just don't know if this is the timing you want to have it, right? Is Cataclysm good at 20 minutes in? Can you rely on your Sand King to hit 2 or 3 man stuns that give you Sunstrike kills? Don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
But I feel like there's other builds, perhaps, that could be better in this game. Like, positioning items are amazing against Razor and TA, right? Like, having Blink Force is something Miracle has done in the past. And now that you don't punish yourself by not having spells to invoke, you can get way more creative, in my opinion, with your Invoker item builds. Whereas in the past, you would kind of, always default to Ags as Exort.
I mean, when I first... we're going to see a glimpse here onto GH.
Oh, quick blink! They didn't follow up on it!
And,
they got greedy.
Away they go.
Oh, boy.
Well, greed will be your downfall.
Yes, it will.
Miracle gets
Downfall
the tornado
DMZ,
EMP. And there's the double burrow strike, and that is a very dead Grimstroke. The fight commences, though. Weehaw getting pounded upon by Zitrax. Pops that ult, is very fast. A lot of damage was stolen. They're going to be able to clean up mind control, so it's a 1-for-1 to start this fight. As the glimpse finally into... Again, GH able to blink. Goodness. Just getting these off so quickly. Miracle still has the Sunstrike. Gets off the Cold Snap as well. Oh my god. That was hilarious. And now they're going to get the Tornado on top of Hesta Joe. The buyback onto Disruptor. Not going to get here in time, though.
Bit of a panic buyback. He didn't even have a tower to port on. That
very interesting.
Is not happening. Yeah, so since Miracle has bought his Ags, he has not used Cataclysm yet. I'll pay attention to it. But it's been 4 or 5 minutes. I think he's used 5 Sunstrikes and no Cataclysms.
I'm sure we'll notice when Cataclysm is cast. It's all over the map,
Does he know?
It could, maybe it's the old one. All right, Hesta Joe buys back in the game. I mean, it is technically possible. Weehaw glimpse back into the pit, but we'll just hop on out like the little bunny rabbit he is. That means we need a bunny rabbit cosmetic for Ursa. Somebody get on that immediately. Excalibur gets burrow struck. Weehaw pops that ult. There comes the tomato, or the meatball, I should say, even better. Grimstroke able to get the ult off. Weehaw very hard to kill right now. Finally drops. And the double duel comes in tow as Hesta Joe and company able to clean up a couple of members of Team Nigma. So a good fight for them, but it did cost them some buybacks. Although they don't show
who did they buy back? They bought back the Disruptor prematurely, and then this time they brought back Legion in the fight. GH, Miracle. They're going to try. He has press. He'll be okay. Maybe not.
Cataclysm, son. Oh, okay. That's fine.
Not okay.
Yeah, okay. Let's talk about this possibility that he doesn't know that it gives Cataclysm now. He knows now, right? He must know.
It's like, I mean, Weehaw's been playing mid, right? This might be Miracle's first Invoker game with the new patch, for all we know. It
might be.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, that's so... I mean, when I first read the changes, I figured that the Aghanims would not be a core item anymore at all. Like, it would be more of a luxury, like a 3rd, 4th item, or even like a drop or something like that. Not that
in the perfect game, I still think you could get it, right? Like, if you play with a Chrono or some sort of big AoE lockdown that's reliable, Ravage, maybe you could get Ags for that. But just for the sinking stun? I don't know.
Then you're playing more of a, I don't want to call it a support invoker, but it's not like, I don't know, it feels like you're missing something in terms of like the
you
mobility.
have less individual play potential. I think. That's the trade-off.
Now, here's the thing that would be interesting is, I don't know if this is OP, but what if Aghanims gave Cataclysm as an entirely different spell to Sunstrike? Sunstrike is just its own thing. Like, is there a
How would
reason
you
they're
invoke
combined? Oh, that's true. No, what if you invoke Sunstrike and you get... I don't know, that's too complicated. Invoker's complicated enough.
If you invoke Sunstrike and you're at the outpost, then you have Cataclysm as a separate spell, but only next to the outpost.
And you have to be facing a specific direction into the outpost itself. Very important.
And if you have a burger, you have two Cataclysms.
Of course. I mean, that's just the American way. Double the pleasure, you know. Makes sense. Quickening Charm picked up by Ursa. That will... I would say Invoker should probably get that, but we'll see.
Oh, Quickening Charm?
Yeah. Was it... who was it given to?
I think Ursa has it for now. No, he passed it on to Rubik, I guess? Yeah, Rubik's carrying it, but he's not using it yet. All right, Miracle. He's getting so much info right now. Oh boy. Zitrax. He should get Cataclysmed right now on that stun. Oh, they were expecting the force staff, I guess.
Keeps them alive. A nice ult from Grimstroke again. I think he'll be able to capitalize on this, though, as Weehaw applies all his pressure to Zitrax. Pop that BKB, but it's not doing it too much good here against the right clicks of that fat, juicy bear with the cowboy hat. And now Grimstroke looks to be dead as well. So a 2-for-0 to start this fight, as GH looking for more. Disruptor ends up getting the glimpse out, but Weehaw is here along with Mind Control. And that is going to be a double kill for Weehaw.
That's nice, actually, that Ursa can do that now. He can jump into kinetic field.
Right.
So I guess he can jump out of it. Have we seen him jump out of it yet?
I've seen it a few times, but I don't know if it was fully formed yet. I just assumed it was not fully formed, but it might have. It's
nice that he can choose to jump into it. That's pretty cool.
Miracle has yet to use Cataclysm, by the way. I'm gonna say he doesn't know. I mean, what other reason would you get Aghanims?
He might not have felt like there's a situation where he could use Cataclysm well because of the Force Staff, right, on the enemy team.
We'll see if he uses it once by the end of this game. Sunstrike, so nope. Still has not... Okay, there's no way
also has a longer cooldown. There is a trade-off, right?
Cinderin, you don't buy Ags then. I'm sorry, there's no way you buy Ags.
Is he winning or are you winning? Shannon, who's winning?
I'm winning. I'm pretty sure I'm winning right now.
Yep.
This argument.
That's the American mentality. It's all about winning. It actually doesn't matter. Okay, GH has 10 TPs, by the way. That's probably a world record.
Wow, that is pretty nice.
Yeah.
See, he thinks the same thing as me.
It's like, you know, what's that thing called where you go at the beach and then you have a metal detector? Is that just what you call it?
Yes.
The one where you're like, yeah. That's kind of what the shovel feels like to me. It's just Grandpa. Grandpa's out with his shovel and he just keeps finding fucking TP scrolls. It's like, I wish I found a gem, but you would always just find TP scroll.
Not a literal gem, but a bounty rune is what you really mean. Oh, Kuroki getting initiated on. He's going to pop his ult, staying alive for now. Weehaw getting drained. Mask of Madness popped as well. Zitrax doing a lot of damage, but that is just the Aegis. Chen buys back into the game, see if he can get into the fray or not. GH kind of stuck in the trees here. Looks like he's going to go down as a Grimstroke ult comes out as well. And the fight continues as Razor getting applied all the pressure from Weehaw. He's just continued to own right now. A dual target
Ursa is dangerous.
It is, but Weehaw's very low. Nobody's going to win the duel, and both heroes will die pretty much simultaneously. And now Miracle looks to be on the run as Singularity has the numbers. Does get the Ghost Walk off. Excalibur just needs another right click, but they're not going to get vision. So away he goes. And hey, Kuroki made it back to the battle. Absolutely, that is a
I'm back, Miracle. Okay, buddy.
I'm here to help. And then dies immediately. So a nice fight from Singularity. Did cost a buyback onto Zitrax, but I mean, you'll take it.
Not too bad. They lost a lane of barracks too, but it's an overall gold gain, and I think there was a lot of experience in that fight for them too. And obviously, should always keep an eye out for heroes reaching level 25 and especially level 30. TA now level 23 coming up. And the 25 on TA is big. Oh, GH might have just got himself killed to get this outpost. That's a big death. That's a dieback. If he dies here.
Is it?
He has no mana on Disruptor for the glimpse.
Unfortunate.
What an absolute boss.
Nice.
Oh, I love this. I want to commend Hestajo on this. He actually tipped an enemy player for a good play and not for fucking up. Good job.
Yeah,
I love that. I like when people use the tip to actually say well played when they made a good play. And that was a good play from GH. He checked the mana on Disruptor and knew he couldn't glimpse, so he had the TP out. That was well played indeed.
All right, we're still on Cataclysm watch, ladies and gentlemen.
Good sportsmanship. We don't have so much of that anymore, so gotta applaud it when it's there. When the game incentivizes people to talk shit. Always appreciate some good spirits, you know?
I mean, are you saying you don't tip people
I don't offensively.
in an aggressive manner? What's that?
I don't really think so. If I do, I think it's because it's friends, right? Like people I know well.
Well,
It's
then
like,
you're not
it's like
owning
poking
hard
fun
enough,
at your. It's like
Thunder.
poking fun at your friends, but I don't know. It's a bit of a how to say. It's a bit of a pet peeve of mine. This offensive tipping. I know a lot of people love it, and I understand completely why people like it. I just think it's
Because
a bit
they're pieces of
grotesque,
shit? That's what you're implying? I know
not
what
really.
that tone is. No, I know your tone.
Not
Cinder.
really.
I understand.
but
what
You're a
you mean.
piece of shit. That's something else, though.
Well, that is
you probably
something
tip
else, I agree.
everybody all the time.
No, I actually don't.
Yeah,
Only when
you're
they...
the kind of you tip your teammate when he picks a hero you didn't want him to.
That's not
something
true,
like that.
Cinder. I would never do such a thing. I'm a
sure
very
you
good
do.
teammate. Oh!
Oh, okay.
All right. That is a static storm
He's
from
completely
Disruptor.
alone.
He is.
What
I
is-
think there was definitely some miscommunication. They wanted to fight, but
yeah,
not able to.
probably.
He has buyback available. Ursa going...
Sunstrike?
Oh, the Sunstrike ball! Double kill for Miracle. Still no Cataclysm in case you were wondering. Burrow Strike comes into play as well. Razor gets off the BKB. See if the buyback comes from Disruptor or not. Of course, he doesn't have Static Storm, so I guess his use is a bit limited. As Miracle and company now going for the tier 3 middle. There's the buyback on Disruptor. Static Storm not for another 30 plus seconds. Weeha still has the 8-second BKB right now. And Miracle in case, again, just to remind you guys, still has Cataclysm available. We have Ice Wall coming in now. Weeha jumps in, going for Zitrax, I should say. This would be an essential dieback, and it essentially is 110 seconds on the deck. And the next looks to be Legion Commander as Team Nigma look to be taking this series, although it's not quite over yet, I suppose. They do have that bottom lane of Rax. Looking for this mid now. Alacrity was applied to Weeha. That's a good way to take these buildings. Fortification. GH has Boots of Travel. I did not even notice that. What? In Gaza?
He travels in, gets glimpsed, now he gets summoned by Chen.
That's good.
I think they accounted. They accounted for that. They know they have 2 TPs, so they can do
Make
that.
him use his glimpse. Oh, man. That is another death here. This time for Grimstroke. Nice Static Storm onto 3 heroes, but not going to be a whole lot of follow-up. Duel is available to use. Weeha. Stunning Excalibur and Decimate. It took like
Jesus, that
5
damage.
right clicks to take him out. Good God, Weeha. And still, no Cataclysm in case you're wondering.
Oh, there it is!
He does it! I can't believe it. It's the GG maker for Miracle. A triple kill, an ultra
knew
kill
it.
now for Weeha.
Look, he knew it, Shannon. He knew I'm going to end the
me a
game with this
break.
spell. This will be the game-ending play.
Come on. He knows now. I think somebody finally looked at his inventory. Kuroki's like, what the fuck? Why do you have an Aghanim Scepter? Have you used Cataclysm? How long have you had that?